Hello. My name is Skyla, and I have been teaching ESL online for 3.5 years. I teach and recruit for VIPKID and GoGo Kid, but then I also am a mock class mentor for VIPKID. So what that means is that during one stage of the hiring process with VIPKID, I help applicants. So it's just one little stage in the well, it's a big part of the hiring process where I pretend to be your student and then we'll give feedback on teaching techniques and skills. So I've been doing that for 3 years. And then just to kind of give you a little bit of who I am. Now, the purpose of this particular video is to just talk about money, to talk about money. And I wanted to tell you guys about what I made my first full year and what I did to do that. And so, just because I think people are curious, what are we actually making? What are we actually doing to make that amount of money? What kind of time commitment does that take? And so I just kind of wanted to walk you guys through what I did do. Now, my very first full month was actually December of 2016, my first full month of teaching, and I did make a video on that, and I will link that below if you're curious in seeing that breakdown. So you could say my first calendar year was December 2016, and I made, where did I put my paper? It was $916. There, oh, $918 that first month. But what I decided to do in this video is show you 2017. So January to December of 2017, my first full year of teaching, because I thought that that would be easier to calculate rather than like December to December. Yeah. So this was my second month of teaching, but it starts out 2017. So in January of 2017, I made $907. Okay, so for those of you that watched the other video know that my first month I taught 87 classes, but then there were some added bonuses particular to that month from the company. So I made $918 my first month, I made $907 my second month. However, I don't even remember what GA stands for. It was a specialty course. So on here I have major course classes, GA, another major course class. I think that they were updating curriculum, and then trial classes. So just base pay of courses that January was $712. This participation incentive is a $1 bonus I received per class, and I did 90 classes. So I taught a couple extra classes that second month, but the beginning of 2017. And then again, I had 3 more new trial signups. So my first month I had 3, and then this month I had 3. So starting out, my first full year in January of 2017, I had $712. My base pay was $8 per class, and then trials, if they show up, you get the full base pay. If they do not, you get half base pay for those. And then I may or may not have had some short notice classes. I really don't remember, and it would take a long time to get back and look at that. But so this 907 was 712, and then $90 for my $1 incentive per class. But then there's also a finished class bonus, which was $90. So I get my base pay plus this $1 plus this $1 is how it was calculated out, and then 3 new trial signups. So January was 907. February, I started working more because I thought this is awesome. Just to kind of give you an idea, remember these are 25 to 30-minute time slots. We typically teach between 25 and 28 minutes, but it is a 30-minute time segment that's set up for each booking. So 90 classes in an entire month. So 90 classes divided by 30 days, because the average of months is 30 days, right? Oh wait, that's not what I'm doing. Yeah, that's like averaging only like 3 classes a day, right? So 90 classes is 45 hours. And so 45 hours in a whole month. There we go. 45 divided by 30, right? Oh, 45 divided by 4. I was averaging 11 hours a week. So 11 hours a week average got me $907. That's not too bad for part-time from home with 4 little children under the age of 4 at that point. And then my February of 2017, I taught 159. I had 159 finished classes. So you can look here and see base pay. This was for that whole month. I got $1,274, 159 classes for that first incentive, that second incentive. New signups, 25. So I had 5 new trial class signups that month. So for 159 classes is 79 hours. So this I bumped up. My average was 19 to 20 hours a week to get this amount of money at a base pay of $8. Now, I know new hires are getting different bonuses, but base pays are still very similar. Okay, I don't want to take forever on this, but I just want to show you what I did. And so I went from about 10 hours a week to about 20 hours a week, and that got me from 907 to 1667, okay? And then my third month was 2739. 269 finished classes. Mama needed some money. I really just did everything I could to get the bookings that I wanted and hoped for based on how much money I needed for things that came up in my life. And so 269 classes divided by 2, it's 134 and a half hours in the month, divided by 4 weeks. So I bumped up and averaged 33 hours a week at this point, which is still considered part-time because it wasn't 40 hours. So 2739. I'll go a little bit quicker now that you guys kind of see how this is done and written out. 268 classes, so again, probably averaging about 34 hours a week at this point. I know it's kind of tiny, but it just shows you courses, 2102, finished class, 268, $40 in trials signups. So you get $5 per trials class that you teach, that student becomes a new VIPKID student. So yeah, so I had 8 that month, which means I was probably teaching a lot more trials. At $218 from trials, so I had a few more trials that month, and then I backed off a little bit. So for May, I had 197 finished classes. So $1,562 from that base pay, $197 bonus, $197 bonus with 1 new trial sign up. So 197 classes for the month is 98.5 hours for the whole month, divided by 4 weeks. So this paycheck was at about 24 to 25 hours a week is what my schedule was open. And then for June, 161 classes. So again, probably this one's probably 23 to 24 hours about. So 1268, 161 for that. Had 2 VIPKID trial signups. I think that you guys can see these. I hope that you can see these. But I just want you to know where all of these totals are coming from. So these I just printed right off of the website. I can click in and see every single course. I can see if they showed up, if they didn't show up. I can see all of the things. But if I just print the main page, it gives me these main things. But just so you know, this is legitimate. Like, this is from my payment tab, my portal, so that you know that I'm not just making up these crazy numbers. Yeah, I'm not just making stuff up. So 126 classes taught this month. So you can see Summer Camp Beginner. That was a new seasonal course that I was able to get certified for. And it looks like I only taught a couple because I only got $24 off of it. And then it says practicum. So at this point, I was going through the hiring process to become a mock class mentor, which I mentioned, and you'll start to see that pop up on my paycheck. Maybe not. Oh, you'll see mock class come up later. So they were in the process of trying to get the mock class payment shown on here. So sometimes it got added in adjustments. But anyway, so this month, 1008, 126 classes. It says 0 for practicum. And then I just realized this adjustment category came off. So anytime you see these three totals, if they don't total this, sorry, I didn't even realize, it's because the adjustment's not showing. So if there was any adjustment for me at this point, it would probably be from mock classes because it hadn't been worked into the payment calculator yet. We had to manually use an Excel sheet and turn it in. So let me double check this really quick. So this says 1008 plus 126 plus 261 is 1395. So 1963 minus 1395. So I earned in the adjustments category $568 because I did start teaching mock classes in the end of spring, beginning of summer. So that's what that difference is. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize that part was cut off. So right here, 1398, 176, 181, add in some mock classes, 2476. So I pretty well averaged between anywhere from 22 to probably 30-ish hours to get some of these numbers with adding in the mock classes. I'm sure there was a few weeks where I might have done like close to 40, but in 2017, I do not believe I ever hit 40 hours. In 2018, I did a couple of times, but in 2017, I didn't. So again, here's kind of the quick breakdown, and then whatever the difference between this total and these three categories would be adjustments. So for mock classes, we got a really small payment, it was like between $14 and $20 for completing some training each month, and then we have a lower pay that we get for IT issue classes that we aren't able to complete, no shows from applicants, and then there was another pay for people who have shown up. And then, yeah, so there's kind of things that go into that. But the mock class mentor pay is, it has changed through the process. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say exactly what they paid, but just know it's with, if they don't show up, it's usually about just an average pay for a regular class, and if they were to have shown up, then it's a little bit more hourly. But so this shows you November. I'm just trying to get this finished really quick. You can read those numbers. read those numbers for December. There are several months where I didn't have new trial signups, but there were some months where I did, and I was always excited for that. So my grand total, my first year, $26,423.75. Now this is just straight what they paid me into my bank account. Um, that's what they gave me. They do not take out taxes. That is something that we have to calculate, and that will vary depending on your family, other income, and many things. So if you typically get a return back, depending on how much money you are making, you may or may not have to pay. You may still just get a return maybe off of like your spouse's job or something like that, which is a whole other category. So that's what I did. That's how I made $26,000 my very first year teaching ESL online, and I was averaging between 20 to probably 33 hours a week, and that's what I did. So if you ever have any questions, shoot me an email, comment below. I will have some links down there you might find interesting if you're curious about getting started. I have a link for VIPKID and GoGoKid where you can just click that referral link and just play around on the website. And then if you did choose to apply, you could do it from there. Or if you are just wanting to know and learn all of the things, I have an affiliate with Nancy Taylor for her teaching ESL online course. It's all computer and home based. It's a $150 value. She offers it for $57, and it is amazing. It has everything from classroom setup to props to how to teach certain things. It's wonderful. And then the only other thing is I have a free ebook if you want to know the basics of what, when, where, and how of teaching ESL online. So that course from Nancy and then also my free ebook are both relevant to teaching ESL online for anyone, any category. But yes, if you ever have any questions, email me at skylasposts@gmail.com, and I'll have that linked below. Bye.